What's up, everybody? Monday morning. What a beautiful start to the week. Um, when you change how you look at things, what you look at will change. If every day it feels good, every day you will feel good. So if Monday is a dreaded day of the week because everyone's getting back to being busy, um, working a job, denying themselves their purpose, at least start the week off great, right? Don't go to your job hating that you're there, go to your job with a grateful heart that you were blessed to have that opportunity, because some people are not blessed to have that opportunity and some people don't want that opportunity. Just keeping it real with you guys. Start the week off great. What can you do today for 5 minutes that will make sure you have a good day today? Um, Well, if you start the morning off with, something new, right? If you start your mornings off, or, the moment you open your eyes to, if you can control that first thought that you have, you can control your whole day. You might not be able to control all your thoughts throughout the day, but if you choose that today is Monday and you're going to feel good on Monday, by the time hump day gets here, you're even more excited and enthusiastic because you feel better than you did on Monday. What can you do today to feel better today on Monday? One of the most dreaded days of the week. They say a lot of people die on Mondays more than any other day because, they wake up and they have to, they're depressed. They're depressed. They have to go back to work. The weekend was liberating and brought them that feeling of freedom that the job is supposedly supposed to provide by working, but when you work a job, you use alcohol as an output, and other things. You know, it's not bad to have a job. I personally don't think it's good to have a job either. Um, People don't need a job, people need money. A job is a way to get money. You wouldn't tell Warren Buffett he needs a job so he can have money, right? We wouldn't tell the rappers they need jobs so they can have money, right? They're following their passion and they have more money than the people that believe you have to follow a job to have money. You could work on both at the same time, but it's a completely different Monday for someone that works versus someone who doesn't work. When you work a job, you have to operate inside certain parameters that you didn't get to set. So I want to encourage you today, to be grateful, you know, to be great. Start your Mondays off great. Now, if you start your Monday off great and you make that a habit starting today, 7 days from now, is it the greatest Monday you ever felt? What about 7 days from that? It's the third Wednesday after receiving this message, or the third Monday. Today's Monday. 7 days from now is Monday. If you're applying effort to become greater, 5 minutes daily, you can have a whole quantum leap. Quantum leaps exist. Moving from point A to point B in half the amount of time required exists. If you could raise how your mind feels about things on Monday, instead of dreading Monday, be happy it's Monday, because you're happy to have your job, right? You're happy to not have your job. Be happy that it's Monday because it's the start of a new week. It's kind of like hating Mondays is kind of like hating the new year. The new year is one of the most refreshing times to us, regardless if that new year has happened for other people in the world yet. Some people's new year is in March, right? So the more you know, the more power to you, right? someone can't be wrong for celebrating New Year's in March. If you're that petty to paint someone as wrong for when they believe that is the most refreshing time of the year, who's actually wrong? You're trying to take away a moment that was meant to feel good for somebody, right? So don't let yourself take away moments from yourself that are meant to feel good for you. You're meant to feel good when you're going out doing what you have to do to provide. It's not supposed to be dreadful. So if you apply 5 minutes today to have a better Monday, and you apply that on Tuesday to have a better Tuesday, on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, etc., and you come back to Monday, you've committed 35 minutes in 1 week to becoming a better person. Um, the difference is, we're going to grow regardless. But if you want to grow a little bit faster, you have to choose that. You have to choose the influence to put in front of your mind. If you want to grow a little bit faster and you apply 5 minutes daily towards your personal development, your growth, something that no one else could do for you, you're going to grow regardless. Do you want to grow more and reach that new level sooner or later? Check this out. They said the average CEO reads 52 books a year. People want to make more money, but they don't want to read the 52 books a year. The CEO is a byproduct of reading the books. The CEO is the byproduct of the knowledge inside the head. The CEO is the byproduct of those 52 books. They said the average American adult reads less than one book per year. They flip to the front cover, that's it, they close it. So if what most people are doing is not educating themselves and not reading a book, and they only read one book per year, if you read 10 books in a year, you've essentially educated yourself 10 times as much as the average adult. You've pretty much gained 10 years of some newfound growth in the same length of time that someone refused not to get that 10 years of growth. If the average adult reads one book a year to apply to their growth, that's the basic measuring principle. The average adult reads one book a year. What happens if you read 10 books per year? By year 10, you've read 90 more books than the other person. Is it your fault that you have more knowledge in your head than the other person if you've read 90 extra books that they didn't read? Now, if you have that CEO mindset, in 10 years, you'll read 520 books. That's 3,650 days. You could read these books. How you do it is you break it down into a digestible form for yourself. If you want to read a book and you don't want to read it all at once, read it over the course of a week, read it over the course of 2 weeks, read it over the course of 3 weeks, read it over the course of 4 weeks. Eventually you have what you were attempting to gain out of that book that you denied yourself before because you thought you had to commit. You were confused on what the book required to be read. Right? The book might require 4 hours to be read. You don't have that 4 hours to give today, but you do have 10 minutes to give today, 15 minutes to give today, especially if you're going to be the one receiving the reward from the knowledge inside your head. So, that's one way, you could pick up a book and make yourself a little greater every day. Nothing wrong with that. When you get to reading and everyone around you is looking at you like, why are you wasting your time reading? They're not really looking at you like that. They're looking at you like, what do they get out of this? Why don't I want to read a book? They don't want to disturb your peace. They're happy to see you reading. I think every human, right, we have some form of respect for knowledge. So if you're bettering yourself 5 minutes every day over the course of 100 days, you've bettered yourself 500 minutes. over the course of 300 days, that's 1,500 minutes, which is 25 hours. Over the course of 300 days, you've put 25 hours of new knowledge that you wouldn't have had unless you applied yourself to read the knowledge and get the knowledge in your head. Um, you don't need to read to get what you want, though. What you want is to feel great. All you have to do is want what you want and understand that you have to move forward towards it, and you have to focus on what you really want. Another way to get information is videos. YouTube, Facebook, all this stuff is fairly new when we look at the direction the world has came from, that we've got to experience. This hasn't been around for my whole lifetime, right? There's people that exist where this hasn't been around for a majority of their lifetime. So there's new ways to get the knowledge inside of your head a lot faster and a lot easier. For instance, our minds are built to understand knowledge at a fast speed. We're the people who are, you can only read a book so fast that, where you're applying yourself to read faster, versus when you're listening to information, you're going to listen to it regardless of the speed that it's at. Now, you might need to slow down how someone's talking, or if someone's talking too fast, they might be talking too fast for you to process. But if this was all that information still enters your head and you still learn from it. So if this is a YouTube video and people are talking at normal speeds, you could speed them up to the point where you could learn 25% faster than they're able to teach in that current space of time. So social media has essentially, it's altered time a little bit. You could take this live after I put it on YouTube and speed it up and digest it way faster because it's playing faster than I was able to speak it at. Not that I wasn't able to speak it faster, right? Where I felt my communication level allow people to understand me at. It requires my thought process being engaged in delivering the information. So there's boundaries on the speaker, but now that, services that could speed up someone without them having to speed up themselves allows you to, process the information a little bit faster. Now, a lot of these books that are out here, you start seeing them being converted into audio versions. What's that mean for you? Well, it means now how you could feed your brain is through some headphones. Headphones, you get some headphones, you wear those, you could be feeding your brain instead of listening to music. What purpose does listening to the same song over and over again do? It has to do something for you. I'm not automatically assuming it does something bad. I'm raising the question and allowing my mind to be its natural state and understand that, there is things to gain from listening to songs. A song could bring you a feeling that makes you feel great on Monday mornings. It can make you feel great every morning. So if you use a 5-minute song to make yourself feel great every day, right, you wake up in a new state of being, because now you wake up, you want to play that song so you can feel better, but you already feel better than you did yesterday because you went to sleep, and now you're waiting to play this song, or rushing to play this song that will engage you to feel better and gravitate towards what you want, which is better Mondays, a better week at work. If you're not happy with the people around you, you can't force the people around you to change, right? But you could self-discipline yourself so that these people can't respond to you in the same manner that's been upsetting you. 5 minutes daily is all it takes You could do this a minute daily, 30 seconds daily. Doing something daily just it moves you forward, right? If you commit to moving forward every day, you need some type of agenda. When you go to work, you have to keep the agenda to move forward. They set the agenda, you show up, you fulfill the agenda. So when you set an agenda for yourself, why is it so hard to stay committed to the direction you want to move? Is it because of the distractions? How can you eliminate the distractions? Um, you don't need to. You just need to focus on moving forward. And if it's truly a distraction, eventually it will work itself out because you won't want that distraction anymore. Um, and when you do that, you start understanding that all you really have to do to be great is simply choose to be great, right? And choose that as your feeling, then move forward on the thought process that it's automatically aligned and set up by your mind for you. Now, how do you do this on a daily basis? That's up to you. You might want to do this in the morning. You might want to do this in the evening. You might want to do it once a day, twice a day. If you plan to work for an hour a day, it doesn't matter if you work the whole hour in one sitting, if you work two 30-minute shifts, or you work three 20-minute shifts. As long as you stay true to your commitment, you've set the work required for you to reach your goal. Now, move forward to your goal is the easiest, way. Staying focused on your goal is a sure way to move forward to it. Always having your goal in the forefront of your mind is how you're going to move forward to your goal effortlessly. Eventually, your goal will become part of the essence of your mind. So you won't have to keep focusing on it so much. It'll just be happening subconsciously for you. Now, if you ain't working to better yourself every day, you're going to grow regardless. You're not going to go backwards. You can't really go backwards unless, you imagine yourself in an older state a younger state of being, right? A past version of yourself. That's how you go backwards. And essentially that could lead to the future where you could go backwards and be that younger version of yourself. But we're not there yet. When you move forward every day, right? You could set your speed, you could set what you want to gain, and then you could put in the speed that it takes, the time that it takes to reach that goal over a course of time. If it takes 40 hours to qualify for a paycheck at a job, you get to choose the days that you put in those hours. When you make a small commitment to yourself, 5 to 10 minutes daily, you get to choose that 5 to 10 minutes daily. But the sooner you get it out of the way, you feel more free because you committed to yourself, you followed through, and then you feel better as a byproduct because that's part of the goal. Then you also feel better because you stayed committed and you followed through. Then you feel better because you feel free. You don't have to, you already committed. You handled your commitment for the day. Now you get to carry on the rest of your day. My name is Dre Hall, guys. Wishing you guys a joyous Monday. Out of all things, life's too short to not be creating what you want. If you want to answer to a boss, answer to a boss. If you want to be your own boss, be your own boss. Don't get so stuck on other people's opinions of what's possible for your life because they don't know how much you believe in yourself. So they don't know what you're truly capable of because one thing they do know, right, is that belief will carry you. People didn't believe that airplanes would fly humans, that humans could fly. Then you got these airplanes. Now people believe. That's how it goes. And who gets the reward? The person who believed first. So don't be afraid to believe in yourself first before anyone else believes in you. You have to believe in yourself. My name is Dre Hall, guys. I'll see you on the next live.